Hi Booktube! I'm here today with Reggie to do the Cats and Books tags. It was created by Spinster's Library. You got litter on your nose. How did you get litter on your nose? Gross. Gross! Hi Booktube! I'm here today with the Cats and Books tags. This was created by Spinster's Library, and I'll link the original video down below. Because it's the Cats and Books tags, I decided to grab Reggie here. He's not very happy. He will eventually voice his discontent when his squiggling doesn't work to get him out of my arms. So we'll just answer the first question with you here. Tell us about your cat, his name, age, and hobbies. This is Reggie. It's short for Ragnar Catbroke. I also call him Reg Reg or Waggies. And ouch, stop biting my toe or I'll kick you in the face. Right? I don't actually kick you in the face though. He's 8 years old. He turned 8 in December. Yeah. He's also a contortionist, if you can't tell. And I hold him like this sometimes too. Right, I'm looking at my notes here, sorry. I got him from the SPCA 4 and a bit years ago. Actually, probably just 4 years. I got him in February 4 years ago, so yeah. Wow, it's been so 4 years. He was surrendered by a cat hoarder. And another family had already adopted him, but he is incredibly shy and jumpy. So he hid from them for a week, and they eventually took him back. And when I got him, I was like, how can you give a cat back? I'm like, just, you know, if he's a cat that hides all the time, he's a cat that hides all the time. But it took 2 weeks for him to eventually warm up to me, and I didn't see him a lot for those 2 weeks. But now he barely leaves my side. Yeah, and he's a spoiled little brat. So when I did get him, I'm gonna pin him down. As I said, he came from a cat hoarder who hadn't spayed him, and you'll see, I'm just gonna hold him up like this. He is a big cat. Look at the size of his paws. So he wasn't spayed, so he's a tomcat. But he only weighed 8 pounds, so he's like supposed to be big. He's big boned, you know. So I eventually, you know, got him to a healthy weight now. And he loves his treats and his food. Hates wet food though. Sorry, I can go on and on about him. His hobbies include ambushing toes from under the bed. I have a bed skirt on and he likes to ambush my toes. Lying on my bladder first thing in the morning to wake me up. I don't know how a cat gets so good at human anatomy. He also likes to knead it if the initial lie down doesn't work. He's also the neighborhood watch. He likes looking out the window in the back alley and keeping an eye on all the goings-ons back there. He likes to jump into boxes and then stare at me like I'm supposed to tell him what he's supposed to do next. I'm just like, you're in a box. I don't know what you're supposed to do in a box. I'm not a cat. And he likes to cuddle. Yeah. He's looking at me like I'm strange. Question number 2. Recommend a book that features, includes, or mentions a cat. So when I first knew I was going to get a cat, I went to the SPCA and stupidly had already picked a name out. I said I'm going to name a cat Grebo, after a cat from the Witches novels from the Discworld series. And then I actually saw my cat, and he has that V on his face, which reminded me about Vikings, the TV show, and I thought, Ragnar, I'm going to name my cat Ragnar, and then it just eventually evolved into Reggie. So I'm also going to recommend the Viking saga of Ragnar and his sons. I know there's saga along going on, so I don't know if you guys are eventually going to read that, but it's good. And Possum's Book of Practical Cats by T.S. Eliot, which is a book of poems about cats. Number 3, what's your favorite fictional cat? I'm going to have to go with the cat from Red Dwarf. He is what cats evolve to in the future. So he's like this humanoid cat that has all this stereotypical cat, you know, personality and features, but he's also really into like designer clothes and stuff like that. He's really fun. Number 4, if your cat was the main character in a book, what sort of book would it be? Well, as I said, he's quite shy and skittish. He does have a personality once you get to know him though, so I think it'd be a quiet literary fiction about a recluse somewhere in like northern Europe, and it'd just be about his life by the sea, in the cold. Yeah, just a nice quiet book. 5, recommend a book that your cat would enjoy if they could read. So I thought about a character that's like my cat. And this was actually a comic that I read a while ago called Huck. And Huck is a man who doesn't want a busy, loud life. As I said, quiet. You know, my cat would like a quiet book. But he has superhero powers. So what he does is he lives in this village, and the village has agreed not to expose him. They all know that he has special powers and he's a special person, but he decides every day that he's going to do some good deed for someone. So he uses his powers to do that. So like, someone drops a ring in the ocean, he'll use his superpowers to go and retrieve the ring. If someone needs their car moved, he'll lift the car up and carry it away, like those kind of things. So I think my cat would be like that. And that would be what he would recommend you to read. Number 6, which book or story would benefit from the inclusion of one or more cats? I think any science fiction book. I'm thinking of the Becky Chambers series. I think they would definitely be improved if they had a cat aboard that ship. Yeah. Number 7, have your cat pick your next read. I'll insert that footage now. There's the books. There's the cat. Pick a book. This one? No? This one? Maybe. This one? No. Okay. You choose this one. Would you like a treat? Yeah. Ooh. No, you don't want treats? Right here, look. And so this is the one he rubbed himself against the most. So this is the one I'm going to read. I actually have a bunch of books I'm going to read before this, but eventually I guess we'll get to. So this is Tracks by Louise Erdrich. Set in North Dakota at a time in the past century when Indian tribes were struggling to keep what little remained of their lands, Tracks is a tale of passion and deep unrest. Over the course of 10 crucial years, as tribal land and trust between people erode ceaselessly, men and women are pushed to the brink of their endurance. Yet their pride and humor prohibit surrender. The reader will experience shock and pleasure in encountering characters that are compelling and rich in their vigor, clarity, and indomitable vitality. That's what it says on the back. Tag some cat lovers, and I'm just going to say, if you got your cat from the SPCA like I did, then you're tagged. Thank you for watching.